Okay, let's head over to the bond market for a quick check there, see what is happening. And we can see that bonds are higher at the moment, up to 1.83, so above 1.8 ahead of the jobs report. And the 30-year yield is up at 2.15%. All right, with a deeper dive into what else is going on in the markets, let's bring in our Jared Blikre. Jared, there is definitely a lot going on and much more to come after the bell today as well.
Yes, it is. And just taking stock of everything, definitely about Facebook, Meta, whatever you want to call it here. But let's chart the day's price action. This is going to be the NASDAQ. It's down the most, over 2.5% here. But I do want to point out that we were in the midst of a nice 4-day rally. Kind of petered out yesterday. S&P 500 hit some critical resistance. But for the most part, the NASDAQ still holding on to 5% of gains. Also want to take a look at the VIX, and we'll get a candlestick chart here to get a bigger deeper perspective. And you can see 2 green candles here, so we are on the upswing in the VIX. Doesn't mean that we have to go higher, but it could be the start of something. As I said, the S&P 500 selling off from key resistance, so we got to check that out, keep it front of mind. So here's our sector action. Only Staples is in the lead today, or in the green today. To the downside, communication services, that is down 6%. Worst day since March of 2020. That was the midst of the pandemic sell-off. Also, consumer discretionary and energy looking weak here, but here's where the real carnage is in the NASDAQ, and we can see Facebook off 26% here. And you just take a look at a 1-year chart, you'd have to go back several years to find where we are in terms of price right now. I do also want to take a look at some of our leaders. These are flagging a bit. We have only the regional banks. Those are in the green here. To the downside, we got U.S. internet stocks. We got the ARK Innovation Fund, IPOs, solar energy, chip stocks, software, and cannabis. All of those on the lower level here are in the red, most of those in the deep red. But if you take a look back to Facebook, back to Meta, by the way, who is going to get a new ticker, I think in the first half of this year, they finally secured META, before is MVRS. They're going to get that ticker sometime in the coming quarter or half. So Facebook off 26%, but look at Snap. Snap is down 21%. Even Amazon down about 6 or 7%, all on the back of Apple, that big change that Apple made to its operating system, making it a little bit more difficult for users to have their data tracked. Now having to opt in really smashed some of that user growth. Only Tesla among the mega caps is in the green here. So let's take a look at the EV space before we go. And besides Tesla and Toyota Motors, everything else pretty much in the red here. Rivian down 7%, guys.
All right, thanks a lot for that roundup, Jared. I want to stick with these markets and bring in